It's Beyonce on Dubai Eye 103.8, coming up to 24 minutes past 2, and it's a very, very busy one on the text line. With record numbers of people relocating to Dubai, it feels like the city is buzzing with fresh talent, global businesses, ambitious newcomers looking for a fresh start. But moving to a place as dynamic and as fast-paced as Dubai isn't always straightforward. And today we're joined by Lisa van der Walt, who has helped hundreds of families and professionals make the move, and Emma Jordan, whose book is out now. Dubai Decoded offers a bit of a cultural roadmap into thriving in one of the world's most diverse cities. So we're here to help. And I'm loving your messages on the tips that you would share with newcomers to Dubai. So let's go to text messages, and you guys can give your verdicts if you want. Priya says, be prepared for an amazing airport experience. DXB is world class. So true. Everywhere else is a disappointment.
Yeah.
Everywhere else I go, I'm like, get it together, guys.
Yeah, makes sense.
Sabine says, listen and learn for a year, then go for it and enjoy. I think that's actually very wise, this idea of reflecting, just
pausing,
sussing it out, not being a bull in a china shop. We've had some very practical things like, zero tolerance on drink driving, don't use phones while driving. Ara says, don't forget to take the Abra to the Old Souk for an authentic experience. Always do. We've had warnings about traffic. And I love this. Ashwini saying, Dubai has every cuisine in the world, so explore it.
Yeah.
Yes. Love it. Keep those coming in. 4001. Not only will you share some wisdom with the good people of Dubai, but it also could win you a fantastic foodie competition. Emma, in Dubai Decoded, you talk about the importance of reading situations and adapting with confidence. Could you share some examples of what you mean by this and how it can actually make a really big difference in professional settings, but also actually personal settings as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So often when we come into an intercultural situation, we're applying our own cultural lens to that situation. And so we're assessing the other person's behaviour based on our own culture, and we're then maybe tarnishing that person, with a negative brush, if you like, because we think their behaviour is inappropriate or wrong in response to what's happened. When actually what we need to do is just pause, like the person said, and just reflect on what's happening. Don't always assume that the person is behaving in a certain way because they're trying to deliberately to be difficult, and actually just think, okay, well, maybe this is a different approach because they come from a different culture. That could be, for example, communication. Are they more direct than you in the way that they communicate? It could be time. Are they more flexible or more structured with their time than you are? And does that then mean that they've turned up, from your point of view, late for a meeting?
Or accusing you
of being late. So those are some of the examples you might see in the workplace here.
Really interesting. Lisa, you're talking earlier about the demand for property and school places as well. How do you actually help? How do you help clients, kind of navigate the challenges and try and find out what they want? Because I saw an interesting post recently, and it was a family saying, we're looking to move to Dubai. We want to find a school that's not going to be too much of a culture shock. And I was like, what I'm reading into this is you're coming from the UK and you want lots of, blonde, blue-eyed children. And I was like, that's not why you should. You're coming to the. This is just. It made me feel nauseous to be
multicultural and diverse country.
Yeah. So when people come to you saying, "Oh, we want. These are our criteria," how can you help them understand what might be realistic or desirable, or where they might be missing a trick to actually really get the best of the city?
Well, in terms of housing, obviously depends if they've got a family, if they want to be close to schools. Depends what they're looking for. Some people are looking for apartments, and apartment living is quite hectic. I mean, I live in a one-bedroom apartment, and I live in a great neighbourhood. I live in Damac Hills, and I've got a beautiful park and things like that. So if greenery and things like that are important to a family, then, those are the kind of things we need to find out from them and determine
Ask
up
the
front.
right questions.
Yeah, ask the right questions, basically. If they want to be close to a swimming pool, if they need football pitches, if they need, these are all, just having a chat with the client, and the needs assessment is really important, and determining, and also making them realise that prices here aren't as reasonable as they were thinking. Okay,
I think that's a really important thing to highlight, because I think a lot of people move here, especially families, who think that because you're not going to be paying taxes, that it is immediately going to be, money rolling in. This is the, financial solution to everything we struggled with. And then you have to go, okay, but these are your setup costs.
Yes, I was just going to say that. It's really the setup costs. You've got to pay the rent up front, you've got to pay agent's commission, you've got to pay utility connections, you've got to pay a security deposit. Everything costs money. Schools and housing are your biggest challenges when you get here. And so if you are getting offered a certain salary, you need to consider what your lifestyle is at home and have a think if that's going to sustain what you can achieve here. Because a lot of people, like you said, think, I'm going to get 30,000 a month. Okay, that's great for one person, but if there's more than you, and it's a family of 3 more and a dog and a cat and, maybe you need a nanny, it gets out of hand financially.
It's so individual, because that could be fine for some families, but for others who go,
100%.
well, we want to live the Dubai life, we want to live in a 5-bedroom villa, and you're like, listen, sunshine, this is what you're going to be earning. You need to be realistic.
Yeah, we're very transparent during our conversations.
I think you have to be.
And if people are like, oh, well, this is the budget, I'm like, well, then you're going to get an apartment.
And
can't get a villa
Laura's
for that
here
price,
saying, set your goals for what you want to
100%.
achieve before.
Yes.
Be it career, relationships, even financial. Otherwise,
Correct.
you will leave poorer for your time
Yes.
here. I could not agree more with that. And if
100%.
you are running away from something,
Yeah.
if it's like, moving to Dubai is going to fix our marriage, or moving to Dubai is going to fix our finances, chances are your money philosophy, your relationship problems are not going to magically disappear when you land at the airport.
I mean, it's a safe, beautiful city, but it's not as affordable as it used to be in 2003. Things are increasing. The more people that are coming, things get more, unaffordable.
You have to crunch the numbers. Sometimes, as unromantic as it sounds, you have to crunch the numbers.
Correct.
And of course, some people are coming here for salaries, but a lot of people, as you said before, are coming here for quality of life.
Yeah.
And I have lived here 18 years, and I love the quality of life here, raising children here, the safety aspect.
Yeah.
As I touched on, the diversity of my children being in a class with, I don't even know, a lot of nationalities is priceless to me.
Yeah.
And it genuinely means the world to me. It really, really does. Right, questions. We're going to squeeze in one before the headlines. Kelsey's saying, I'm trying to learn a bit of Arabic so I feel more connected to the culture. I've only been here 3 months. Do you think it makes a difference? What do you reckon, Emma?
I think it's nice to learn some key phrases, saying thank you and, hello and things like that. But is it necessary? It's not necessary, but it would be a polite and nice thing to do.
I think what people...
It's what, sorry?
Nice value add.
Yeah.
I think people are always really delighted and touched that people have taken the time to learn it. So if you can, do it. I mean, again, 18 years and my kids speak better Arabic than me, and it's been on my to-do list for 18 years. Kelsey, go for it. Will it change your social life and how? I don't know, maybe, but it's not essential, as you said, Emma. Right. We've had messages about cliquey colleagues, about making friends, and more. Do get in touch. As we said, one report saying 1,000 people arriving in Dubai every single day during the first quarter of 2025. And I feel like they're all on my drive home. So what advice would you give to someone who is new to the city? We are talking cultural intelligence, settling in, and more.
Your ARN News.
UAE Airlines have cancelled